Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this very quick Generation 1 figure showcase and informational video review, we're going to be looking at the one and only Generation 1 Cliffjumper figure. Now, I've got quite a few variants of him here, which I'm going to discuss as well, and I'm also going to point out a few things that you need to be aware of if you have to one for yourself, and also show you how to detect KO carded figures as well. So before we get started, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, if I'd hit that subscribe button for me now, please, because it really will help me out. Right, I'm just going to very quickly and carefully move all of these ones out of the way, and we're going to start off with the figures that of course you've probably seen or know quite a lot of, and that is this one here. So this is Generation 1 Cliffjumper. Now I'm just going to move this out of the way because of the glare for a second, and we're going to have a quick discussion on their robot mode. And again, yes, there's two. Now in the UK, strangely enough guys, the red one was the rarer version, and as you've just seen by the carded versions here, that they did actually have the yellow Cliffjumper on the front of the card. So it was of course a pre-transformer before it came out, and it's just a very simple and nice and basic mini bot. Now the first version of Cliffjumper that came from the Diaclone or the Penny Racer figures is this particular one with a circle stamp right there, because that's what the Takara stamps were on all of the figures. So a bit like you get a Metal Plates Optimus Prime, the circle stamps on the mini bots means that they are the first release, and of course they were all pre-rub and they came with the silver stickers on them rather than the rub sign. The other way to sort of tell as well, if you're looking for carded figures, is the very first releases. So the 1984 releases of any mini bot that you'll see, they came, and I don't have any of these, they came in vehicle mode. So 84 mini bots came in vehicle mode, and then 85 and beyond mini bots all came in robot mode. So the ones that I've got there are all the 85 versions. Very quickly, if you want to know how to tell if it's a KO or not, the first and foremost, very simple, let me bring this down here, thing to check for is this, the punch hole. If it's in the middle, it's a KO straight away. The other thing to check for Chinese reissues, which again they are legitimate but they weren't the first releases, is the copyright on here goes all the way up pretty much to the end of the tech spec. I've done numerous videos of this on the channel, but I just wanted to quickly reiterate that there because I know that people might still ask if you knew. Right, that is of course the 85 battle scene. That's another big giveaway, the fact that this was released in 1984, because the 84 battle scene was of course Optimus Prime, Starscream and Soundwave, and again it was mainly sort of Diaclone I suppose figures on the back of that. So yeah, as you can see here, both 85 cards and both sporting the yellow Cliffjumper, which to be honest, again, I've done videos of this, but I'm going to very quickly turn around and show you that it is definitely not hubcap. There is yellow Cliffjumper, there is yellow hubcap, and indeed it is not bumble jumper, because they are all different molds. They've all got different heads, and they are both different, all different rather, in their alternate mode. So again, there's more detailed videos on these on this channel if you want to check them out. Just for this video's purpose, I wanted to again very quickly show you that. But as I say, the later releases of the figures, you've got the full, I suppose, all the details in there, which is great. It's really funny because he's still so iconic. There's been so many versions of him. It's really quite crazy. This is the Mexican one, so this is the IGA, and the way to tell this is it's a much different shade of red, so you can see that. And if you've got access to the stamp, you'd have a look underneath, and what they've done is they've blocked out the country it was made in, so you can still see the fact that it says Takara and Hasbro, but it doesn't say where it was made. It was blocked out, and it is it's a light red compared to your much darker red. So yeah, they do get a bit stranger. I'm going to show you some of them now as well. Now I haven't got any carded ones of these, unfortunately. I've got no carded Estrela, which is what this gold one is. So the Estrela were made in Brazil, and again they basically just had the molds. They were like, I'll show you some carded ones of the Antex in a minute. They've got the correct stamps. You can see Estrela there, made in Brazil. And again, they came out in this one, funnily enough, does not suffer from GPS, just in case anybody asks, but they are very flimsy, and I haven't got all of them, but they also came out in some crazy colors as well, like the white and indeed like the green. Now these were Antex, and again you can tell the difference because it says Antex on the bottom, and if you've not seen an Antex figure before, they were Argentinian, and funnily enough they were a little bit like Mexican. And what I mean by that is they used much more cheaper material materials, and I can show you that with this. They didn't even change the names. They called him Robocar Carrera. You can see it says Transformers, you can see it says Antex, and funnily enough, we've got the gold Cliffjumper on the top. Now, even though this is green, and funnily enough, guys, if you're maybe just things are sort of starting to click into place in your head, this is where a lot of the shattered glass versions of the figures came from, especially like with Malignus from the Brawn mold, or sorry, the Gears mold. And there's another one, exactly completely different color, obviously still called exactly the same, cards exactly the same but sealed, and you can probably tell that the card detail is nowhere near as shiny, nowhere near as glossy. It's much thinner, it's much more flimsy, and funnily enough, as I say, it's just got, these were the 3 that were released, and that's why there's multiple color variants of all of these. Once again, there's different versions and different videos of these on the channel if you want to see them in more detail. We're just going to quickly finish off with this, and of course, just to say that he is not obviously the red Bumblebee that was also released in 1984. So things that you're looking out for yourself, guys, if you're after them, it's obviously the joints. A lot of the time they don't even hold themselves up. The wheels can perish, you can get rust inside there, which is a pain. Most of mine, as you can see, are missing stickers. In fact, I don't even think I've got a rub. Yes, I have. There's a rub sign version, and that just means, of course, it's got the rub sign on. This one I'm quite lucky with because you can even see the Dunlop on the tyres there. So this one's in pretty good nick, to be fair. Yeah, just in case anybody asks as well, none of these are reissues or KOs. They're all legitimate things, and again, so I can do these videos on you for you rather to show you all the things that you need to look out for. But I think that's pretty much covered all bases with regards to this little guy. There's many other different carded variants, but I'll save that for other videos. I hope you enjoyed looking at this. I hope it brought back some nice memories for you. There you go. This is Generation 1 and his many color variants from around the world. This is Cliffjumper. Thanks for watching. Take care.